Welcome. Today we will discuss the Gemara's Kushya on the Mishnah. We will also be learning about a new Kushya type, one that is introduced with the word matkiv. He attacks it. Matkiv introduces a Kushya that raises a logical challenge. Let's see what we mean with an example. If our premises are, first, that all students love school, and second, that Joe is a student, then the only possible conclusion is Joe loves school. However, if our reality is that Joe avoids going to school, we have a logical challenge. This challenge can be demonstrated in the following form. It is difficult to say that Joe loves school if we know that Joe avoids going to school. When the Gemara introduces such a challenge, it usually does so with the word matkiv. Before we learn the Gemara's Kushya, let's recall one of the key points that we learned in the Hakdama. The rule is, Ein Adam makneh davar shelo ba l'olam. The Chachamim hold that one cannot sell something that does not exist and is not under his control. Rabbi Meir agrees with this principle unless we can reasonably expect that the item will eventually exist and come under the makneh's control. With that, let's learn the Kushya. Matkiv Rami Bar Chama. Rami Bar Chama raises a logical difficulty. Va'ein Adam makneh davar shelo ba l'olam. We know that a person cannot sell that which does not exist. But we see in our Mishnah that the mafkid is selling his schuyot to the nifkad, and those schuyot don't really exist. Let's look at the Kushya by looking at our premises and then comparing our conclusion to reality. Our first premise is that davar shelo ba'olam cannot be bought or sold. This is a universally accepted opinion, with a small exception according to Rabbi Meir. Our second premise is that possible payments that the ganav might make are certainly davar shelo ba'olam, since they don't yet exist and are not under the control of the mafkid. Based on these premises, our only possible conclusion is that payments that the ganav might make cannot be sold, right? Davar shelo ba'olam cannot be sold. The schuyot of the mafkid are davar shelo ba'olam. Therefore, the schuyot cannot be sold. However, the way we have understood our Mishnah, our reality is that the mafkid can sell these payments to the nifkad. Again, let's look at the Kushya another way. It is difficult to say that the nifkad purchased these schuyot from the mafkid if the schuyot are davar shelo ba l'olam, and we know ein adam makneh davar shelo ba l'olam. The Gemara strengthens the question by teaching us that even Rabbi Meir will agree that selling schuyot is an example of ein adam makneh davar shelo ba l'olam. Remember, Rabbi Meir says that we can sell something that doesn't exist and is not under the control of the makneh only if we can reasonably expect it to come. But can we really say we expect payments of kefel, dal, vehei to come? Let's look at the Gemara. Va'afilu Rabbi Meir da'amar, even according to Rabbi Meir who says Adam makneh davar shelo ba'olam, that a person can at times sell that which doesn't exist. Hani mili, when does he express those words? Kikigon peirot dekel davide datu. For example, fruits of an orchard which we expect to come. Aval hacha, but here, mi emar de meganva. Can we say we reasonably expect the pikadon could be stolen? The imtim salom de meganva, and if you're going to say that you reasonably expect the pikadon to be stolen, mi emar de mishtachach ganav. Can we reasonably say that we're going to expect the ganav to be found? V'im mishtachach ganav, and if you're going to say you expect the ganav to be found, mi yemar de mishalem, can we really say we expect him to pay kenas? Dilma mode umiftar. Maybe he will admit and be patur from paying the kenas based on the principle modeh b'kenas patur. So let's review the Kushya. We have a rule. Ein adam makneh davar shelo ba l'olam. A person cannot sell that which does not exist or he does not control. The schuyot that the mafkid is selling in our Mishnah seem to be an example of davar shelo ba l'olam, even according to Rabbi Meir. Therefore, how is it possible for the mafkid to sell his zchuyot to the nifkad that has decided to pay rather than swear? Now that you know what you know, what do you think the Gemara's teirutz will be? Here are two hints. First of all, it's not really going to be a teirutz. And we do not change our premises at all. If we're not changing our premises, what has to change? Think about it. It was a pleasure learning with you today. Let's do it again soon.